from the outside and how modern it might appear to some visitors who might go to a facility, being incarcerated is a different thing between going there to visit an individual and the individual himself being incarcerated.
Absolutely, because you don't see it. You see the niceness of the outside of it, and it looks like a great place to be. But when you go inside, you see the cages, you see the chains, you see the being locked down for 23 hours a day and being let out for 1 hour a day. And you don't see all of that. People don't understand all that. Now, and I need to make it clear that in a lot of situations, people that have committed crimes, some of those people they really need to be there. I mean, because at the time I went to prison, I needed to be there because I was a criminal and I did what they said I did. But there are some that have worked on themselves and don't really need to be there right now.
And that they would be that they could make a positive. This is what you're talking about breaking the revolving door syndrome, that these individuals can make a positive contribution.
Absolutely. Allowing these individuals to make that positive contribution is the issue at hand, because a lot of times when they go for parole, regardless of the institutional record, a lot of times the parole board, what they do is almost like they're retrying the case all over again rather than looking at the accomplishment that these individuals have made while incarcerated. So therefore, looking at the crime consistently after 10, 15, 21 year period of time, then you're not looking at the individual that committed the crime. The crime was done by the individual in that frame of mind at that time, but that individual has gone on to develop themselves in a positive and moral way, and as a result of that, they should be afforded the opportunity to come back into society and contribute to society. And I'm living proof that we do change.
And of course, to suggest that people don't change is really not to have a rehabilitation program at all. Is that what we're saying?
Well, absolutely, because if you're saying that, okay, these people don't change, then we've got programs, you got some kind of programs in place in the prison system. If these people going through the program, then you're not giving a lot of weight, you're not placing a lot of weight on the programs that are yet in existence in the institution. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
on
I
that?
understand exactly what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying, that if individuals who would like to come out and deal with and help other folks from following their example and to be able to do that, would have to be considered on the road toward rehabilitation. Recognize, and I would imagine that would be the most important thing about rehabilitation, is to recognize the mistakes that you've made and to try to change. Is that what rehabilitation is all about?
Well, that's what rehabilitation should be about. That's what incarceration should be about. Incarceration should be for the purpose of rehabilitation. Now, there's also an element of punishment there also. We should be punished for the crimes that we did, and a lot of the men accept that reality. But there should also be somebody should also be looking at the fact that rehabilitation is in the midst of the process. Now, if I'm in the system for something I did, and while in the system I'm doing something about myself so that I won't be the same person that committed that act, then somebody ought to notice that and give me an opportunity to practice what I'm preaching. And if given that opportunity, they will find that a lot of these inmates will come into society and contribute positively to society if given the opportunity to do so.
And so what you're trying to do at River Bend is to give them an opportunity to convince others that they ought to have that opportunity.
To give them the opportunity, yeah, absolutely. The program that we've developed out there is the 24-lesson program. It deals with morals. It deals with vision, insight, hindsight, foresight. It deals with politics and government, economics, all these different areas that we deal with, covering these areas so that the person will be equipped, not just come back out, but they'll be equipped with some information inside of them that will help them walk, as a law-abiding citizen when they return to society.
Okay, and of course we're nearing the end of this first segment here, Reverend Walker, after which we'll come back and we'll give you an opportunity to talk about some other aspects of incarceration and this so-called revolving door syndrome. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this short commercial break.